Change the font to Times New Roman, size 12. Change the spacing from 1.15 to single-spaced. Change the justification to center. Make sure your cursor is at the top of the page. Put your cursor at the very end of your title and hit Enter 6 times. You will begin writing on the 6th line. Put the type of paper you're writing here. If you're unsure of what to do, you can leave it as a term paper, but if you're writing a book review or a bibliographic essay, it makes sense to say that here. Enter and enter again, so that there are 2 spaces between each line. Use professor and leave off titles like doctor, whether they use initials or shortened versions of their name. Check the syllabus to see how they have introduced themselves to you in writing. Add Harding School of Theology. And then this will be Searcy, Arkansas, the location of the school, not the location of you. Put your cursor at the end of the line and hit Enter 8 times, so that there are 7 single spaces between this text and the next text. You will type on the 8th line. Again, you will have 2 spaces between lines here. On this line, put the course number. Look at your syllabus. In this case, I've pulled the course number for Advanced Theological Research, which is BMin 5990. Put your cursor at the end of the line and hit Enter 8 times. Write your name here. Those of you who go by middle names or initials, that's fine. Just decide what you want your scholarly pen name to be and be consistent. Follow this format for the date. Right now, our margins are set at 1 inch for top, bottom, right, and left. But the title for the title page needs to begin 2 inches from the top. So let's adjust the margin for the first page only. First, create a second page. Then select only the text from the title page, taking care not to pick up anything from the second page in your selection. Click File, then Page Setup. Make sure the application is set to Selected Content. Change the top margin to 2 inches. Now you can see that our title begins at 2 inches, but our second page margin is still set at 1 inch, and you can confirm that here. All that's left to do now is to change the justification back to left and change the spacing back to double-spaced. So the overall spacing should be as follows: 2 inches from the top, 5 single spaces between here and here, 2 spaces between each line, 7 single spaces between here and here, 2 spaces between each line, 7 single spaces between here and here, 2 single spaces between each line. If you're working on a guided research paper, a thesis, or a dissertation, or anything that will be bound in print, you have 1 more margin to change. Click File, then Page Setup. Change the application to Whole Document. For the top margin, delete any number that's there and leave it blank. Change the left margin to 1.5 and click OK. This shifted everything to begin half an inch closer to the right, without messing up the top margin of the title page. A 1.5 inch left margin allows for enough room in the gutter so that the binding doesn't swallow the text.